Ra offers much information about the positive path of an adept, and somewhat less about the negative. Often, they refer generally to the adept without specifying its polarity. It therefore takes some work to decipher which qualities and actions likely belong to positive adepts only, which to negative, and which to both. The following descriptions will do their best to navigate the distinctions. Most on planet Earth are non-adepts, attempting use the lessons of this density to make the choice and polarize. Adept is a term used to denote someone with advanced skill and proficiency beyond the norm. The adept is continually polarizing too, but is much more aware of the possibilities of using the illusion for spiritual evolution. Thus, the adept intentionally moves into higher energy centers in order to do work in consciousness, seek hidden understanding, and offer service therefrom. Ra says of themselves that they continue to walk the many steps of adepthood, where there are many things which fall away at each transformation. The seeker who is ready for adepthood has achieved a certain minimal balance of the red, orange, yellow, and blue energy centers, which is unique to that entity, with the addition of green for the positive seeker. The seeker then moves into working consciously and consistently within the Indigo Ray, or gateway to intelligent infinity. The adept uses this gateway to bring through intelligent energy from Violet Ray intelligent infinity in order to do work in its chosen polarity. The chief difference between positive and negative adepts lies in the use or non-use of the green ray, or heart center. A negative adept will bypass or block the green ray and will springboard from the triad of red, orange, yellow activity directly into self-serving spiritual work. The negative polarity views itself as the creator, but does not view other selves as equal to the self. In this way, the negative adept knowingly embraces falsity, or the illusion that one portion of the creation can be separated from, or more worthy than another. A positive adept, on the other hand, will choose to let energy flow into its heart, seeking to view not only itself, but all other selves and all of creation as the creator, before proceeding into the upper energy centers to attempt to serve. to attempt to serve others by use of its Indigo Ray. A positive adept therefore strives to embrace that which is true, the complete unity of all things. Discipline of the personality in adepthood. An adept must practice knowing the self, accepting the self, and ultimately becoming the creator. These three things constitute what Raw calls the discipline of the personality. To work to know and accept the self is to clear a path towards the great indigo gateway to the Creator. To become the Creator is to become all that there is. As this entity awakens further, it frees itself more and more from the thoughts, opinions, and bonds of other selves. This disassociation, as Raw calls it, can be a positively or negatively oriented pursuit. But even when positive, it is often misconstrued as being evil. However, for the positively oriented entity, this is disassociation only from the illusionary husks of identity, the customs and personas of the separate self. This opens the way for association with the true heart of other selves, thereby correctly perceiving the self and other self as one. The work of the adept. The positive adept may bring intelligent energy through the indigo gateway in order to heal, teach, and work for the Creator in ways that are both balanced and radiant. Whatever the outer service, though, the positive adept's primary work is not that of doing, but of being, meaning that adepthood may not be visible by any particular outward manifestation. Instead, humility, simplicity, and radiance of being are the deeper markers of the positive adept. Part of that work, known as the work of being, is to live more authentically as the true self, moment by moment, without pretense of any kind. This authenticity deepens into becoming the Creator. For as the adept becomes a more and more consciously crystallized entity, it gradually manifests more and more of that which it always has been since before time. That is, the one infinite Creator. Among the tools and resources of the adept are dreaming, visualization, ritual, use of the magical personality, white magical workings, and the study of the archetypical mind. The negative adept may use all of these tools and resources as well, except that their magic will not be of the white variety. While the goal of the third density entity is to make the choice of service to others or service to self, the positive adept can go beyond the pursuit of its own harvestability and to tap intelligent energy and intelligent infinity for the purpose of transmuting planetary harvestability and consciousness. A positive adept here on Earth therefore seeks to influence the polarity of the planet. They do this by becoming a living channel for love and light, channeling that radiance directly into the planetary energy web. Ra goes so far as to say that the positive adept may help to literally manifest fourth density. Faith and will of the adept. The discipline of the personality can be accomplished in many ways, but the facility of faith is essential. Faith, as Ra defines it, is the ability to allow and accept changes through the violet ray into the gateway of intelligent energy, the Indigo Ray. An adept aims to penetrate its violet ray configuration in order to accept energy from intelligent infinity and to use this energy in positive or negative service. Another essential facility to be developed by the adept is that of will. An entity's strength and single-pointedness of its will is synonymous with its power. Those who are upon the service to others path may call upon or alert the light strength in direct proportion to the strength and purity of their will to serve others. Conversely, those upon the service to self path may call upon or alert the dark strength in direct proportion to the strength and purity of their will to serve the self. According to Ra, visualization is one way for the adept to exercise its will and call upon the strength of its chosen polarity. Pitfalls and joys of the positive adept. There are many adepts wandering who do no conscious work in the present incarnation. And for the great majority of adepts on this planet, the journey becomes a confused one during which, unable to successfully grasp the light of the sun, these entities remain groping in the moonlight. Insufficient faith likely plays a predominant role in this groping. For those successful positive adepts, Joy of union with the Creator radiates throughout the life experience. The moonlight. A note about Ra's phrase, groping in the moonlight. The Adept works in the hidden realm of spirit. To the perception of the conscious mind, this realm is a darkness illuminated only by reflected moonlight. This moonlit environment is made possible by the veil, which hides and makes mysterious the contents of the unconscious mind. It is lit so dimly by reflected light that Ra calls our life behind the veil in space-time as a working in darkness with a tiny candle. As the candlelight flickers against the environment around oneself, hardly anything or anyone is actually truly revealed and understood. That is, it is very difficult to see all things as the one Creator. As Ra said, the missteps in the night are oh so easy. What is the source of the moonlight? I theorize that it is the conscious mind which has been veiled from the resources and knowledge of its own deep mind. The seeker is thus left to navigate a darkened landscape using the dim and often fragmented reflections of its intellectual mind operating by the light of reason, combined with the intuitive mind that is sensing itself and its environment according to vague subconscious data shuttled upward from the roots of mind. Thus the Adept gropes in the moonlight. This is a significantly rich phrase. To grope is to feel about with the hands searching blindly or uncertainly. From this term one can draw many connecting lines to the way the self typically operates in this illusion, reaching externally for satisfaction, meaning, and identity, seeking truth in time and not the present moment, finding innumerable reasons to fear and close the heart, and so on. It is the countless ways we identify with the blindly seek to preserve the separate identity. It is a armoring of oneself against living in the vulnerability of faith. This perhaps sheds some light on why Ra says that in such an environment, the progress chosen by many adepts becomes a confused path. But however enveloped in the darkness the self may be, however confused the path and dim the light, illumination remains ever possible through the disciplined exercise of will and faith. The self may, as Ra describes, grasp the light of the sun, which may simply be the experience of the self-luminous, logical nature of self, full of joy and oneness with all things, instead of seeking revelation and meaning from the reflected light of the conscious mind. The entity is self-sourcing who it really is. Faith and its associated qualities of surrender, trust, and radical acceptance may be the key to the end of groping and the beginning of illumination.